Well, usually my wife's right here to assist me, so, but that's not happening apparently. Hi. I'm going to ask our musician today, Mr. John Lalonde. He's on Zoom with us this morning, and he's going to play something that will ease us into meditation time. Thank you, John.
Yes, thank you, Joe. Good morning, everyone. Let me just ask, is everybody hearing me?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, great. Thanks for letting me play from home this morning. Joyce has COVID, and I have had a significant exposure to my wife, so I'm home. But here we go.
Let's go within and enjoy the silent moment to be with our thoughts. Source is with us here and now forward. Source has always been here for all of us, everywhere. We have respect for ourselves and each other and all persons that we come upon and greet. We can resolve all things, and we are resilient. Through God's Spirit source, there is no thing that can stop us from our good, each and every moment. We are so blessed to have each other, so blessed to have this fabulous sanctuary to come together and rejoice. I'm so grateful for this, God, and so much more. And so it is. Thank you, John. That was beautiful. Our spiritual thought this morning comes from Reverend Missy Higginbotham, and she's with us on Zoom this morning. Good morning, Missy.
Good morning. Good morning. I really enjoyed hearing that about God's source, because it kind of is sort of what I was thinking about this morning. You know, I was just asked to do the spiritual thought this morning, and I was thinking to myself, in the past, I would have been in utter terror because I wasn't able to meditate on it, wasn't able to think about it and ahead of time, and I used to have a lot of stage fright. You know, where here I was a performer and I had stage fright. Yes, because there's always that thought about, well, what are people going to think of you, you know? And then you start meditating and you start getting in alignment to God's source. You start getting into flow. And so I was talking to LJ, and LJ says, oh, we'll just go with the flow. And isn't that what it's all about? Because the flow is God's source. And I was thinking about, well, what have I been doing all week? Well, whenever I've been thinking about it, there's been this one statement, because you see, prosperity isn't just about money, our finances. It's about being in the flow in all your life. It's about being, when you're in that flow, you feel good, you feel safe, you feel secure, you feel okay, that no matter how the world looks around you, it's going to be okay. And so my spiritual thought is that you're in the flow because God is with you, for you, and as you. It's that spark inside you. So just allow it to be. And I'm going to leave you with I had made up this claim, because I claim it, and I claim it down through my heart so that I'm embodying it. And I've been working with it last couple of weeks. And so instead of saying God is the source of my supply, which is what I used to do, I've been trying this one on for size. I am in the source of supply and the recipient of it, because I am in alignment to source. Feel that. I am in the source of supply and the recipient of it, because I am in alignment to source. Now, one more time. I am in the source of supply and the recipient of it, because I am in alignment to source. I claim that for me. I claim that for each one of you. I claim it for the PLC. And I claim it for all of us now and to eternity. So be it, and so we let it be so. And so it is.
Yes. Thank you, Missy. Thank you for the reminders of that. Oh, it's exactly what I wanted to hear this morning. That's pretty good for last minute notification. I knew you could do it. John Lalonde, you have another song for us?
Yes, I do.
Thank you, John. Thank you, John. What was the name of that song, John? Do you have a name for that?
You know, I have only named it A7 at this point. It's A major 7 for those who are playing at home.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I may come up with, I like Spark Inside, actually. That occurred to me when Missy was talking. I might call it
Spark,
that.
spark inside. Very nice. I like it. Beautiful. Thank you for your service today. It's time for our main speaker. That would be Reverend Bob Hand. Come on up here, Bob. Good morning, sir.
Do we have to line me up there?
Yeah, I'm going to line you up.
Okay. Well, it's good to see you all here this morning and all of you on Zoom. I'm pretty sure my talk will go well, will be good this time, because we had our spiritual discussion group this week and we discussed this topic. And I'm pretty sure I confused everyone with what I said. Now, it seems to me that being confused is a good start, because when we're confused, then we look for answers. So I'll see if I can confuse you all again, as I did with them. So I'm going to talk about New Year's. Obviously, we're into January. We've just had January 1st, the new year. Of course, it isn't really the new year, or we could say every day's the new year, just like every day's the first day of our lives. Because of course, the Earth is going around the sun in a circle. Well, not a circle, sort of a oblong, but still. And no place on that circle is really any different than any other place. I mean, it's not like there's a gate that the Earth goes through, and we say when it goes through that gate, that's the new year. We just sort of arbitrarily decided, actually the Romans did a few thousand years ago, that this would be the first day of the new year. And not everybody agrees with us on that. The Chinese have traditionally used a lunar year. That means they count their months by the phase of the moon. And when you do that, it doesn't line up with the 365 days of the year. So their new year varies every year, usually sometime either late January or early February. The Cambodians celebrate Shol Shanam Thamay on April 13th. That's their new year. The Sato people in southern Africa have Selemo Sa Bosato on August 1st. That's their new year. If you look up New Year's Day on Wikipedia, you'll find somewhere over 50 days listed throughout the year. Some religion, some country, some area of the world, both existing and some of those religions extinct by now, all have picked different days, and they say that day is the beginning of the new year. But what the heck? We're masters of our destiny, so we will say the new year is January 1st. Now, the problem with that, of course, is that on the new year, there's the dreaded New Year's resolution. That's that day, January 1st, when we decide we resolve we're going to do this to make ourselves a better person. And then by about January 5th, we say, boy, that was stupid. I can't do that. And it goes away. But we here at the Positive Living Center have special powers. We can make resolutions come true. So I'm going to tell you how we can go about that. First, of course, we have to know what a resolution is. Resolution comes from the word resolve. Now, what is resolve? Well, LJ helped last week in her spiritual talk. She talked about the re part of it, the RE in respect and resilience and resolve. And the re means to go back to. But how about the solve, resolve? It comes, it comes from the Latin solvere, meaning to break apart. So that's where we get the word solvent. A solvent is a thing that chemically dissolves things. It breaks them into their constituent parts. That's where we get solve, like we solve a puzzle. Why solve? Because the idea is you have some complicated thing and you break it down into its parts, and that's how you solve it. So resolve means to go back to our basic parts in order to accomplish things. So what of our basic parts? What if we broke ourselves down to what we basically are? Well, we're on average about 40 trillion cells. Of course, after Christmas and New Year's meals, that we may have added a few trillion cells here and there. We're about 84% water, 11% carbon, and the rest another dozen or so minerals. So there. Now you know that, I'm sure you can accomplish your resolutions. Thank you. Well, maybe that doesn't help. How about this? What we actually are is energy. Remember that formula we all know, E equals mc squared. And what that tells us is that mass and energy, in other words, matter that we're made of and energy are the same thing. So if we say we're made of matter, we're actually saying we're made of energy. Everything's made of energy. The chair you're sitting on, the floor, all things are energies. And if we're energy, we're an energy field. That's how energy exists. Each of us is an energy field, maybe 40 trillion energy fields. Now, what does that tell us? One thing it tells us is that quantum mechanics applies to us because we're energy fields. Quantum mechanics apply to us. What does quantum mechanics tell us about matter and energy? Well, it tells us that things only exist as a probability. We all were taught in school that an electron is a little ball circling the nucleus of an atom, but it's not. What they've since found out is the electron is a probability field around the atom. Maybe it's here, maybe it's there. You don't know. And it's not just that you don't know, it is not in any definite place. It does not exist in a definite place until it's observed. Now, no physicist knows why that is, but when it's consciously observed, that electron will be in one place. And so we are probabilities. When we close our eyes, maybe you all are still there, maybe you're not. You're probabilities until consciousness experiences you. So what does that tell us about our resolutions? Well, our resolutions, of course, are when we decide we want something to happen in the future. We're resolving that going forward, this is going to be. So we are energy fields. Our lives are energy fields that are moving into the future in time. Now, in the past, the old physics would tell you if you took a proton and you knew how much it weighed, and you knew how much energy was used to shoot it out, and you knew which direction it was going, then you could predict exactly where it would go. It says if we know the past, if we know all of the past, then we can predict all of the future for something. That means that if somebody knows all of your past, if they know your childhood, if they know all of the influences, if they know what you feel about things, then they can predict what you're going to do in the future. If that's true, we might as well forget resolutions because we can't really change. But quantum mechanics tells us something different. It tells us no matter what you know about that proton, when it goes out there, yes, you can say it will probably go there. That's where it will probably go, but you can't say that's where it will go. It will actually exist in a whole bunch of different places until it's observed. Now, I tell you, the best science in the world, quantum mechanics, the very science, it's because of that we have television. It's because of that we have cell phones. It's because of that we have computers. Quantum mechanics absolutely works, proven over and over. And it tells us we are energy fields moving into the future. And it tells us more than that. It tells us there is a field of energy out there. It's called the Higgs field. It's everywhere. It's through us, all around us. Energy moves through that field. And when it does, most energy, like the energy we're made of, interacts with the Higgs field. Now, we don't know exactly what that does, but we know the Higgs field gives it mass. In other words, it makes it into matter, into the physical things we know. So as we move through this Higgs field, what we are is determined by the interaction of our energy with that field. Okay, we're getting there. Stick with me. A few steps more. Remember, energy and matter only exist specifically when consciousness experiences it. Our resolution is for what's going to happen up there in the future. If we can consciously experience that now, then that will be what occurs in the future. Now, that's what a treatment is designed to do, a spiritual mind treatment. It has several steps, but the main part is you visualize what's going to be. If I want to make myself healthy, if I have a disease and I want to make myself healthy, in spiritual mind treatments, I don't talk about the disease. I don't think about the disease. I don't say that disease is going to go away, because then my focus is on the disease, right? I think about, what do I want to see for me? I am healthy. I am whole and complete. It's that positive image of me that I am saying that's what the future will be. And I'm doing more than that, I hope. I'm visualizing it. But then spiritual mind treatment, it tells us to let it go. It says, once you've thought of that, let it go into spirit. And, you know, I know that works sometimes, and I understand the concept. But I wonder if that's the best way, if we look at quantum physics, because spirit isn't out there somewhere. Spirit is all through us. Spirit is everything, including us. So remember, what we need to do is we need to fool ourselves, right? We need to kind of trick ourselves. We need to convince ourselves that we have absolutely experienced this resolution that we want. Because if our consciousness has experienced, then that's what reality is. We need to think of it. We need to see it. We need to hear it. We need to feel it. We have to convince ourselves that's reality. Because the way reality is created is consciousness observes it. So I wonder if in these treatments, instead of just thinking about it and letting it go, we keep it in our minds. We convince our consciousness. Every morning that we wake up, that's the experience. We feel it, we hear it, we see it. That is the reality. And then when the energy that we are moves into that future, that reality is already there, and that's the reality it will be. And I have to wonder if all of us, if you're into resolutions, all of us could have a resolution of a better world, a world of peace, a world of joy, a world of divine love, not just for ourselves, for all people, for all living things, a world that's good and promotes us all. And if all of us convince ourselves that is absolute reality, and we see it in our consciousness, that maybe the world will actually be great, will experience divine love for us all. Thank you.
Wow. That was a lot to think about. Let's see if I get this right. Quantum physics, use that. Source, we can use that. And continue to look through our prayers constantly during the day and evening to make all things work for us. I got it. It wasn't confusing at all, Bob. It was beautiful. Thank you. It was wonderful. That was great. I loved it. Oh. Can I have somebody come up and help me with offertory this morning? Who shall help me? Big John will. Let me get mine out. You'll stay right here with me, sir, and we'll do the prayer together. This is our offertory statement. Divine love flowing through me blesses and increases all that I give and all that I receive. Thank you, John. I think everyone on Zoom is already knows how to give tithe through the church. I think all the information is already there. If you have questions, you can certainly ask me, or you can ask Missy on how that works. We also have that information on the iFocus that Luana puts out each week. God bless you, sir. Thank you. Announcements. Do we have any announcements this morning? Okay, I have one. This Wednesday evening, I'll be leading the men's group from 6 to 7 p.m. I will be here at the sanctuary, and I also have it available on Zoom for guys that want to tune in that evening with us. We have wonderful conversations about men issues and what we do each day and what we go through and how we become better and better human beings. I really enjoy talking with the guys about these things. It's wonderful. So that's this Wednesday evening.
Joe?
Yes.
I would like to announce that next Saturday, the 14th, from 2 to 3:30, we will have a flute circle. You are welcome to come. I do have some loaner flutes now. It's been a good time, and is followed at 4 by the drum circle. I see that Judy is not there this morning, or I don't see her, but if
Yes.
she's not, that will be at 4, the drum circle. So
Thank
flutes
you.
at 2, drums at 4. Thanks.
Thank you, John, for that reminder. Thank you. Anyone else? Our prayer partner this week, I'll make that, I'll do that. I'll do that this week. I'll be your prayer partner. But you can contact any minister and any practitioner at any time for prayers. We're always available and love to pray with you. Love to pray with you. Next week's speaker is Reverend Luana Bull. Is that right, Luana? Yes. You have something prepared? Okay, good. Oh, gosh. My partner in life. Let's do the prayer protection together, shall we? The light of God surrounds me. The love of God enfolds me. The power of God protects me. The presence of God watches over me. The energy of God is me. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. Thank you. John, you have one more little song for us?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
I wrote this during the COVID lockdown a couple years ago. It's really meant to be a soothing lullaby.
Wonderful.
Hope you're soothed.
Very nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you to John for his music today, and thank you, Reverend Missy, for your thoughts. They were beautiful. And to Reverend Pan for being our speaker together today. Very, very nice. Giving me some things to think about for the week and each day. I would like to ask the founder of Emerson Institute and the Positive Living Center, Reverend Angelo, to give us, pray us out, please.
He'll need to unmute. Angie, you'll need to unmute.
Have done. Okay, thank you.
Good morning, Angie.
Join me in prayer as we go forth this week. We open our hearts to the divine perfection and unlimited possibilities in all that we do. We accept perfect health and divine guidance as we experience all aspects of the human drama. We put in mind that which we are, and that's what we wish to experience. We are grateful for this expression of the divine, knowing that that healing love energy manifests in all our human lives as we create in consciousness that which we want to experience. And stay with me. And so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Angie. Thank you so much. Thank you all for being here today. I hope you have a beautiful and safe week, and I'll see you again next Sunday. Take care.